Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Aegis cast of StarCraft 2. Here we have another Liquid. This is LiquidTyler, spawning as the blue Protoss. This is going to be Typhoon Peaks, and his opponent is the red Protoss RichJA. Not too clear on this player, but LiquidTyler, as we all know, is from Team Liquid, a very strong Protoss player. We'll see which player is able to come up on top in this cross-map position. We'll see if both of them decide to 4-gate, or if they both decide to do some other tech pattern. As Protoss, of course, 4-gate is a very potent build. If you do anything else, you run the risk of dying really early. So we'll see what these players decide to pull off in this game. We'll open up the production tab. Again, this is the third Liquid game. We've seen Liquid Huck take down Zenith, and we have seen Liquid Jinro take down Butterfly. So we'll see if LiquidTyler is able to take down his opponent, RichJA. Looks like both of them are doing basically the exact same thing, of course, as Protoss. Mirror matchup. Every single unit counts. We see RichJA actually scouting first. He's going to be moving his probe down into this bottom right-hand corner and not going to find his opponent. However, he will be scouting in the right direction now. He will be soon seeing his opponent, LiquidTyler. LiquidTyler now moving out with his probe, going to be scouting in the right direction, apparently. Unless he's queued this to go into the top left corner. Nope, it's going in the wrong direction. So soon we will see these players scout each other's bases, and they will be able to figure out what each other is doing. Again, in Protoss versus Protoss, you do want to watch out for exactly how much chrono boost is being saved on the Nexus, and you also want to look at how much the gas is being mined, and whether or not there is another gas. If this gas is mined for just some period of time, it could be a possible Korean 4-gate. And here's LiquidTyler getting scouted by RichJA. His cybernetics core is coming up right now. RichJA is just a few seconds behind on that. We'll see if both of these players decide to 4-gate. Another indication of 4-gate is when your opponent decides to cut making probes at around 18 probes. Some players like to get out an extra probe or two for that extra economy. And here is the Zealot going to be popping out real soon. Let's see, LiquidTyler, where is his probe? It's scouted down here once again. Let's take a look at his vision. He's actually scouted the two corners that RichJA is not at. First, RichJA is now getting a lot of chrono boost saved up, 75 energy saved up right now. Same over here, LiquidTyler throwing down the chrono boost at his cybernetics core. Gonna be getting out the warp gate research right now. The first Zealot is chasing this probe around, and the stalker will be out really soon. There's another chrono boost on the warp gate research. LiquidTyler is not making any more probes, and down go two more gateways. Will we see another gateway? There is another gateway up. It's going to be 4 warp gate. RichJA over here not quite showing his 4 warp gates yet, but it is a very telltale to have the chrono boost all being spent on the warp gate research right now. He is building up quite a large number of minerals. There's LiquidTyler's probe scooting around. Down it goes, and 3 more gateways being added on by RichJA right now. That is 4 warp gate, another chrono boost on the warp gate tech. And looks like LiquidTyler is scouting around for that proxy pylon. Looks like RichJA might be the aggressor in this case. He's got a probe parked over here by this grass over here, as well as the destructible rocks. We'll see when he decides to throw down his pylon. He's got his warp gate tech being chrono boosted out for the final time, and the 3 warp gates are finishing up. LiquidTyler, let's take a look at the income tab. It looks like LiquidTyler has 1 extra probe. His warp gates are complete and will be ready when RichJA decides to move out, if he decides to move out. There's his probe advancing forward. There's the proxy pylon being thrown down. We'll see how much damage he is able to do. There's 2 stalkers, 1 Zealot moving across the field right now. Going to be crossing by this Xel'Naga watchtower. Going to get some vision temporarily and then walk right on by. We've got LiquidTyler moving out with 3 stalkers. Not quite seeing that proxy pylon. He's going to have to defend quite well against this 4 warp gate push. Looks like LiquidTyler is continuing to make probes and is now getting a robotics facility, now approaching the 6-minute mark. Both players know that the 6th warp gate is likely not to be coming. There's the units from RichJA now moving back to his base, going to be backing right up, and looks like LiquidTyler is going to be content to sit at his natural expansion. Also going to warp in a pylon in the back just in case of any warp prism harass. He's got his robotics completed now. So on the other side, we also have RichJA getting his robotics. Now the Colossus Den is on the way for LiquidTyler. So he is going to be ahead in terms of tech. We'll see how many units both of these players have. Looks like RichJA is ahead by 2 Stalkers. However, LiquidTyler is warping in a bunch of Zealots right now. There he is. There's 4 Zealots out on the field as well as 1 Sentry. There's the Observer coming out for LiquidTyler. He's throwing down additional pylons. Does not want to get pylon blocked. He's now saving up a ton of Chrono Boost. Maybe he is going to be trying to get that extended thermal lance out onto the field and maybe even Chrono Boost his first Colossus. RichJA getting his robotics bay now. It's going to be warping in over here. He's going to be quite delayed on his first Colossus in comparison to LiquidTyler. LiquidTyler now getting out his first Colossus. It's now some ways away from being finished, but RichJA is even further away. He's getting an Immortal out first. He is getting straight into a defensive action right now, but this Immortal will cut down on the number of Colossus he can get out, as well as the number of other Gateway units. Gateway units are very important to support your Colossus production. So we're just waiting over here to see what these 2 players have in store for us. There's still this probe over here. You're going to start zapping away at the destructible rocks. It will only take about 1,000,000 years to break those down with just 1 probe, so we'll give it some time and we'll come back and check on it later. There's the first Colossus popping out for LiquidTyler and immediately starting another one, Chrono Boosting it as soon as we get into the late game. Protoss vs. Protoss is definitely just a fest of Colossus, just trying to get those out as quickly as possible. LiquidTyler even throwing up an expansion. Usually this is a death sentence, but we'll see how he's able to hold this down. He's got his Observer over here, so he should be able to notice any attacks and be able to get a cancel on his Nexus if necessary, or just warp in a bunch of units by Chrono Boosting them all. LiquidTyler is saving up a lot of Chrono Boost. Is he trying to get out additional Colossus? Yeah, there it goes, queuing up another Colossus. RichJA over here only now getting his first Colossus, so the Colossus advantage definitely goes to LiquidTyler, even throwing up the gas at his natural expansion. He's got the Nexus halfway complete. We'll soon be mining at that, while RichJA is content to stay on 1 base, maybe even do a 1 base timing push. There's no Observer out for RichJA right now. He's just trying to get those Colossus out onto the field. No extended thermal lance just yet. None for LiquidTyler as well. He's just trying to get those Colossus numbers up. Even queuing up a 4th Colossus in that robotics bay. There's the Nexus now finishing up. His opponent is now moving out. There's a bunch of Stalkers, 1 Immortal and 1 Colossus, but that's going to be going up against 3 Colossus from LiquidTyler. I can't see how he's going to be able to break this. 2 more Stalkers warping it over here. As soon as this battle commences, it's going to be 2 Colossus, 1 Immortal, 9 Stalkers versus the 10 Zealots, and the 3 Colossus, 4 Stalkers of LiquidTyler. Both of them are even on the probe count. However, the income for LiquidTyler is going to be slightly higher just because he has this natural expansion. We see here neither player producing any probes as of the moment. Looks like RichJA is waiting for his Colossus to arrive on the scene. There's the Observer from LiquidTyler checking everything out. We'll soon be seeing this advance forward. There's 4 Colossus coming forward, and there's all the Zealots advancing forward, getting roasted by LiquidTyler's Colossus over there, now advancing forward with his Zealots, and the Colossus count from LiquidTyler is causing this battle to be quite one-sided. It is going to force RichJA to move all the way back to his base, even going to be losing a pylon over here. LiquidTyler is now going to move back to his base. That probe over here is going to stop zapping away at that destructible rocks, and RichJA is finally throwing down his expansion. Does RichJA even know about LiquidTyler's expansion? No, he does not. So he might be feeling comfortable right now, but in reality, he is very, very far behind. There's the 3 Colossus for RichJA right now. However, LiquidTyler still has his 4 and is getting extended thermal lance, and there's the 5th Colossus going to be popping out real soon. We might be seeing a timing push by LiquidTyler as soon as the extended thermal lance is complete. He's not Chrono Boosting it right now though. He's saving up a lot of Chrono Boost on both Nexi. So there goes the Chrono Boost on both the robotics facility as well as the robotics bay. Gonna be getting out that extended thermal lance as quickly as possible. There's the probe advancing to the natural expansion for RichJA. He's probably going to need to throw down additional gases if he wants to catch up in the Colossus count, maybe even do double Colossus production. He is chrono boosted his Twilight Council, but he's not getting anything from it. This must be a misclick. He's not going to be happy about that. He's getting additional pile. Whoa, it's a Dark Shrine coming over here. His chrono boost was wasted on that Twilight Council. I can't really see this Dark Shrine doing too much. He's got a pylon over here. We're ready to warp in those DTs, but it's only halfway complete. And there's the LiquidTyler advancing forward. He still has his observer somewhere in this mix. There's another Colossus advancing forward. Where is that observer? He's getting additional pylons, and there's the observer watching over RichJA's army. This could end really quickly right now. That's 5 Colossus versus 3. RichJA is very far behind. He's going to have to control his units perfectly. In comes the final battle. LiquidTyler advancing forward with all of his Colossi, and there's RichJA trying to defend, another one coming forward, and all of the units from RichJA just falling to the volleys of lasers. GG calls RichJA, and this game goes to LiquidTyler. All of the Liquids today have won their games, so looks like Liquid is still quite dominant. LiquidTyler taking this game very easily against RichJA. In no case was he ever behind. So this is AEgis. If you've enjoyed these game casts, please do subscribe. This is AEgis signing off.